Today, I'm covering the one thing that you need to know about the abortion pill. Like, you need to know it, your friends need to know it, so let's jump right in and get going. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Dr. Jennifer Lincoln, board certified OBGYN, author, educator, and my channel is the health class you wish you had in high school, but we're catching up now, so it's all good. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. I upload every Friday, but I'm spending all my days on TikTok and Instagram, so go ahead and follow me there as well. All right, it's some crazy times. You got my shirt. You can see that I clearly am in support of us being able to choose what's best for us, keeping politics out of the exam room. I'm not asking you to agree with abortion. I'm just asking you to agree with let's let people decide what's best for them. And so we're covering today the one most important thing you need to know about the medication abortion pill. I have a whole other video that goes into a lot of details about how it works, what it's all about, so go ahead and check that out. But just a quick recap, what I'm talking about are two medications. The first one is mifepristone, or RU486, and that is a progesterone receptor blocker. That's what a pregnancy needs to grow, so it blocks it and it stops the growth of the pregnancy. And the second is misoprostol. That is the medication that causes the cervix to soften and the uterus to contract to expel the pregnancy. These medications are remarkably safe. Let me tell you how safe they are. So let's compare it to childbirth. In the United States, severe maternal morbidity, which is an umbrella term for things like serious stuff that can happen in birth, the risk of that happening to you when you give birth in this country, 1.7%. The risk of the same kinds of serious outcomes if you take the medication abortion pills, 0.4%. So way safer than childbirth. These medications are approved to end a pregnancy up to 10 weeks or 70 days from your last menstrual period. That's what they're FDA approved for, but we do have data that they work up to 11 weeks. And they work really well, up to 90% of the time when you are less than 8 weeks, and pretty close to that after 8 weeks as well. Sometimes you need to take an extra dose of medication, but these work really well. So here's the one thing that you need to know if you're using these medicines. We can't tell. Your doctors, in the emergency room, your OBGYN, nobody can tell if you're coming in with bleeding and you're having a miscarriage that you took these medications. I am telling you this because we live in scary times where people are very worried about their own safety, about how they're going to manage abortion after Roe falls, when it falls, because it's going to happen, my friends, and states are very restrictive when it comes to things like abortion. I will say the one caveat is that if you have the misoprostol medicine in your vagina, theoretically, if there was still some medicine there, we could see it. But quite frankly, you should be taking these medicines by mouth anyway. So when you come in, if you come in, you say you're bleeding, you're having a miscarriage, there's no blood test that we can do, no drug level that we can do to say, oh, actually, she has mifepristone in her system or she has misoprostol in her system. No, we cannot tell. And I'm saying this not because I want you to lie to your doctors, but because I'm a realist and I live in America in 2022. And so I have to say these sorts of things, which is ridiculous. Now, if you're saying, Dr. Jen, how could you do this to people? How can you tell them it's safe to lie to their doctors? Their doctors won't know how to help them best. No. How we treat complications from a spontaneous miscarriage or a medication abortion, it's exactly the same. Meaning if you come into the emergency room because you're having heavy bleeding or concerns for infection or anything like that, it's the same exact way that we treat you. So it's not like you not telling me that you took these medicines is not going to somehow make my treatment of you not as good or not as safe. I am all for disclosing everything. I think that honest communication is important, but I also believe that what's going on right now in this country is not okay, and you still have the right to access safe abortion, and if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Now keep in mind, you can get these medications mailed to you in all 50 states. What, Jen? You said all 50 states? I thought it was outlawed in places like Texas. Ha. Actually, there are international pharmacies like Aid Access that can mail these medications to you. And I actually created a website called 3forfreedom.com where you can get birth control, Plan B, and other emergency contraception, and yes, medication abortion pills from Aid Access sent to you in all 50 states ahead of time. You don't have to be pregnant. Go ahead and check out my show notes below for that. I hate that we live in these times. I hate that I have to make these videos, but I want you to be empowered because they cannot take your education from you. So go ahead, save, share, spread the word out there, because when abortion access is restricted, we still need to have access to safe abortion. And I'm not talking about DIY methods, taking weird medications. I'm talking about mifepristone, misoprostol, super safe regimens. You can have these medications and you can discreetly manage your own abortion safely at home. If you've got questions or comments, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. Check out my references and resources in my show notes. And stay safe out there, my friends. I'm out here rooting for you, fighting for you, and I won't give up.